Hey, what's going on? I'm trying to get my chat up liver or larger over here so I can see it. Can everybody hear me okay? I had a small extension cord problem, so I'm late getting started. I couldn't find one because I cut them up. So, did I see Boxing Boa's new video? Is that what somebody asked a while ago? No, I haven't been on YouTube. We've been out with the family for a bit. Came back and I just got through ordering 4 new shirts on Teespring and getting ready for getting the family all done. So we'll give just a couple more minutes and hey Becky, LKB, Panda's here, Sarah, good evening, AG, AJW, Todd's here, TNT Balls, Mad Bio. No, I didn't see Boxing Boa's new video yet. Becky's here, Jeff's here. John's here. PMP balls. Need a 5 or 6 tub rack. 28 quart. How much? Get to all that here in just a little bit. Miles, how's it going? It was awesome. I am in southern Indiana, right by Louisville, Kentucky. So if you look at a map and see Louisville, Kentucky, we are right across the river in southern Indiana, Charlestown. You guys are very honored. We have a special guest in studio. The other half of BNBC Pythons is here. You haven't seen it yet. She's been at school. It's iStep week. She hasn't even checked out this yet. See, you guys even get to see this before she got to see it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Should we show it off to them? You want to do the unveiling?
Should I do it right now?
Yeah. Go ahead. You do the unveiling. I'll help you.
Problems of being small.
Small people's problems, huh?
Put it there.
So I'm just going to hand it over to Chloe now. Oops. So what do you think of the new racks, Chloe? So you can buy this one and buy an expansion pack later that will turn it into this one. And then you can buy the piece that turns this into that with one shelf, and then you use the piece out of that one to put on the front of this one. So I'm going to go a little more in depth for everybody here in a minute. So, anybody got any questions for Chloe? Panda says hi. Oh, glad your interview went good there, Compton.
I found that.
Yes, I'm popping a frosty, I can't talk tonight, diet root beer.
I'll steal your chair.
No, we keep trying to get the school to let us, but we haven't had any permission yet. So we're working on that, though. We are, however, signed up for our 4-H we're doing, and will you watch the chair? 4-H, we're going to be doing a class, a reptile class on there. So thanks, yeah. I'm hoping everything goes good with it. The BC Python shirts are available at teespring.com. There's a link in this afternoon's video in the description, and I also I think I put a link up on our Instagram.
I found a hat.
Chloe has a new hat. So.
And the hat.
Anyway, you can go there, and the shirts we're selling right now till the middle of March are a front and back design with the lizard on the back, and 25% of the profit from those shirts will go directly to Special Olympics. It doesn't even come to us. It's automatically certified contributor to the charity. So, but it's at teespring.com/BC Pythons. I'll put a link up later in the description for this one too if you're interested. So.
People like my hat.
Your hat kind of looks like one of those predator things. I don't know what to call it.
Snagglebug.
So anyway, I'm going to explain the racks a little bit. Let me back it up here so you can see it a little better. Get the camera going down a little. There we go. So basically, what we done, I started working on this about a year ago. I tried different materials and done some experiments and sold some locally and see how the materials were holding up and what. This is what all this has come to from building the basic square racks to building the 2x side-by-side, which I'm still going to make the side-by-sides because they will fit right on here too. So that's another option. But the design of these 3 racks is the 41, the 28, and the 16. Because if you notice, the 16, these are all separate pieces. The 16 has this piece right here, which is this piece here. And that's the basis for our whole design, is this 3/4 of an inch thick PVC, solid, water resistant, insect resistant, paintable. You can paint these racks. My wife says I should probably start offering to do that, but I have just barely enough time to get them together. Blue. So, like Chloe said, blue. You can paint them with any house paint, I'm sure, because this is a house product. So I'm going to sample some paints and try them and see how that goes. But anyway, this piece is mounted up here, and it will come pre-drilled to rotate this piece. There'll be full instructions with everything. That will take this piece, you'll rotate it, take the top piece here from the 16 quart, that will rotate. You'll get in the expansion pack will come with one more shelf similar to this, but it'll be short. It'll be the same length as the 28. So it will turn the top of that into the bottom shelf. And then the expansion will come with one solid full length from here to here shelf that will be your top. And it's important not to throw this other piece away. Hang on to it, because that piece, this is not an exact, but this piece down the road when you're ready to go from the 28 to a 41 will, with the pins that we provide on the expansion pack, fit onto there and turn this into a 41. And then the expansion pack comes with the one shelf. That's all you buy. You'll be the one shelf and possibly a new ear or front piece here. So, and that will turn it into a 41, and you'll get one long shelf. And there you go. And another feature of these guys, if I can find my stick, it's over here. I don't know if you can tell in this video. I'll bring it in a little closer. You can see there's a wood design on here and here that's reversible. So I can make it like that, or I can make it smooth. So, and to stack these racks, to make them, I've seen somebody posting wanting a 5 or 6 rack. Yes, I can. I can build them up that high, 5 or 6. They'll be sold per shelf unit enclosure, just like this. They're going to start less than $130, and the top piece will start well under $100, just FYI. So what the deal is, if you want to stack them, you can even stack the 16s on top of here if you wanted more. You just let me know how tall you want to go, and I'll have a pre-drilled piece, so when you get it, you put everything together, you drill that in, and it'll hold everything in place. And earlier today on my Instagram live, I forgot to include and tell everybody, thank you, Jeff, for reminding me. Hey, Boxing Bullets here. I gotta go check out your video. Everybody says I need to. Anyway, Jeff reminded me earlier, I forgot to tell everybody, the racks will come, there catch. They will come with the heat already installed. They'll have 4-inch on the top on the 16 quart. With the expansion pack for the 11, you'll get a 11-inch or 12-inch heat strip to go into the back of the area, and also on the 41. So, and here's a close-up of that textured side or the smooth side. And you can see how thick this stuff is. Yeah, she's running around here. Let me go back, I'll look at some of the questions. Yeah, Mad Bio, I've been perfecting this, and there's a lot of scrap wood way out there that were used for templates and thanks, Andy and Becky. I'll let her know she ran off again. So anyway, if anybody has any questions about it, I'm going to show you a few more things about this in just a second. I'm just seeing if there's any questions I needed to answer. Molten Boda Exotics. Yeah, that's a good question. That would be one design of this outfit that I'm promoting also. Is in the bottom would be a great place to put the female. Now this is not just for ball pythons or boa constrictors. Obviously retecs are going to be a lot bigger, but for ball pythons and boa constrictors it'll be great. The geckos, even bearded dragons. I got a guy that raises his beardies in my 28 quart. Like I said, I've had this out for quite a while and putting it in different animal set enclosures and environments, and that's what I mean by it's been in a testing mode for about 6 months. So everything's gone positive and great. I've tweaked here and there on stuff, so but you can use them for geckos, beardies. But anyway, back to the maternal thing. This design would be great for, you'd put your big female down here. You got your male up here. You can pull your male out, put it in with the female, shut the door, clean his home if it needs it, and it's pretty much a one setup deal like that. And also, you could also have a hatchling up here, and with the use of an insert that we're working on, this was what we're working on between this rack here. Let me show you. Sorry, I only see one laying around here, but you can fit two side by side. So if you had small geckos or what, just let us know. We can send you an insert that will raise that up. But the main design of it is for the 16. Polly wants to know if anybody's kids or you play Animal Jam, that she is known as who?
Taylor Wolf 222.
Taylor Wolf 22.
Not with the little dots and 3. I just put that afterwards.
Yeah, Taylor Wolf.
And 3 2s.
And 3 2s. Taylor Wolf 222 on Animal Jam. So she loves going there and explore all the lands and trade gems and clothes and accessories. Yep, everybody's wearing red tonight, aren't we? Maroon. What grade are you in?
Answered.
Oh, LPS Dragons is on here. That's her. She's answering these questions. So if you shoot her a question, she's going to read it.
Oh,
get
hey,
poked
look,
by
it's my
Daddy.
hat. My hat's back.
And she'll answer your questions on here. So.
What are you doing?
She's in third. She answered that. Yeah, for maternal hatching, if you're incubating the eggs with the maternal inside, I have not tested that, doing that yet. Actually, it's going to be another subject, since we're all working with these little incubators and stuff. So, I have not tested it with any breeding on that. So, I wouldn't want to say yes or no. But I have no problems keeping the animals, and I'm moving my snakes into these, because the thing has, I've built these, and literally the 3 I had built for 2 shows ago sold out in the first hour, and I can't keep them in stock to use them myself full time. So I got test models that I've been using, but this one is actually Kylo's. That's why it's the different thread texture on here. He will be relocating into it and setting up here full time. Yes, we do ship in the States. We have 25 snakes right now.
I guessed right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot something.
Yeah, we do ship, and I'm also in Indiana, and I go to Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan quite frequently. Southern part of Michigan, like Detroit. I know that's not really Michigan, but I do go over to Muskegon and up that way. So I can deliver stuff if people need it. Like if anybody's interested in this stuff, let me know. I'll be going to Tinley on the 16th and 17th. I won't be there for Sunday. I'm supposed to be back at my local show, because they decided to have a show at the same time as Tinley in their calendar. I didn't catch that, so I don't know if I'm going to make our local show, but I will be at Tinley Friday and Saturday, and I can haul these in my truck if need be. Yeah, the prices, like I said, they're not firmed up yet. This base model, the 16, is probably, don't hold me exactly to it, but within $5. It's going to start it for this piece here with the heat, with the tub that's expandable into this. It's going to start at $60. So that may swing $5 one way. It may go down. It may go up. But one thing you'll learn in the plastic world, prices do fluctuate. Sheets of material that I make my shelves in the last 2 months went up $20 a sheet. So therefore I have to adjust accordingly. So that's why everybody always puts that price is subject to change without notification. I will notify everybody and let you know, hey, we have new prices, just to let you know, because I won't get notified until I go buy it. So But with this design, I'm able to absorb a lot more of that. So like I said, this would start at 60, and then the 28 are going to go 80, and this piece here is probably going to be 100 to 110. And the reason it would be a little more is because of obviously the tubs are twice the price for this design for a 41 quart.
I have a question.
Yes. Should you say what?
Does this person ask, what does BC buy? What does the BC stand for?
Oh, just blurt it out.
I can't.
Somebody asked what BC. Yes, you can say your name. My name is Bill, and this cute little thing here is Chloe, in case you don't know, and that's where BC Pythons comes from. So. That's what we're thinking. You know, it's not, you know, you're starting with a $60 thing, and then the expansion pack, you know, all the expansion packs for the rack is going to be cheaper than half of what each piece will be individually. So it's, instead of buying, you know, having to buy the next rack or the next level, you can turn what you got as your animal grows. Obviously, we're not designing this to compete with anybody that makes like a 8-shelf, 3-level, or 3 shelves wide rack. We're not in that type of thing. I'm more for the hobbyist breeder. The guys like us are going to have somewhere between 20 and 50 snakes. You know, that's the type of setup that we're trying to build here. And as you can tell, I'm leaning on this, and you can still pull the shelves out. So, I showed earlier a bowling ball. I like showing this. This is my 16-pound bowling ball. The shelf slides in, slides out. And with up here. Have that much weight on there. And now the bowling ball is wearing a hat.
No, I'm wearing the hat. So I can wear a hat.
So. Jeremy, hello from West Virginia. How's it going, man? So yeah, we 5 away from 700. I want to say thank you to everybody that supports us, and we are family-oriented, family-run reptile. We're working on being breeders. We got some eggs in the oven. Hopefully, be in an incubator by. Hopefully she'll lay them in end of March, the way it looks. And then we'll get them in the incubator, which has been running for a couple weeks now and is holding pretty good at 88 degrees. So. I think my dad should do a pop collection video. I don't have that many. I only have like 8 or 10.
We should still do it.
Okay.
So Snickleball.
Snickleball. What's a pop collection? The pop collection. The little Funko people, like this guy from Preacher. Oh.
Here. Oh, I want the dart. Give me the dart.
Here you go. And here's that was Cassidy from Preacher. Here's Dustin from Stranger Things is the main ones we were collecting in Star Wars.
Careful, careful, careful. You fell. You landed.
Come on, these people are going to get bored to tears waiting on you.
No, you're not. There's a dart on my...
They can't see Dart. There you go. And there's Dart that goes with Dustin from Stranger Things.
Puts on head. Now you're gonna have to deal with Dustin standing up. Or not. It's like, or not.
Or not. So anyway, we'll hopefully be rolling these out very soon. Yes. Yes, I do need the graphic comics of the Preacher series. Excellent / cool. Cool, Jay. Yeah, those guys, the Funko Pops. I don't have, the only animals I have available right now are my leopard geckos. We have 3 of them. And actually that brings up a good point. Those of you that are still here or on this live stream or come back and watch it later, we'll see. I told everybody we'd be doing an 850 giveaway and a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. The 850 is going to be a leopard gecko. So, just so everybody knows. The 2 giveaways from a couple weeks ago, or a week or so ago, are in deep shed, and I will not ship an animal that's in shed. So, I'm waiting till they shed out and eat another meal again, and then they'll be off to their new homes. So, they go through enough stress as it is when they shed. Named your Pac-Man frog Dart.
I said that would be a mini demo dog if you do.
Wait, could be, yep, could be a he. I'm not sure about the Hamburg show. I know it's over.
Hamburger.
Not hamburger. Hamburg.
Hamburger show.
I've never been there myself. It's somewhere over Pennsylvania, Ohio border, from what I recall seeing once upon a time. Good night. You going to bed?
No.
She's off to play Animal Jam.
Calm yourself.
Child.
The whole table moved.
Okay, I'll do that. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, that's, I don't know of anyone that does this, and most of the rack systems that are out there, heat and tubs are an add-on, and That's not going to be the case in our system. It's going to come with heat. It's going to come with tubs. Eventually, I may look at doing some of the FB tubs and going with those, and but that's going to be a different series of racks. This is more, like I said, for us hobbyist breeders. The guy that's got 20, you know, you can even start breeding good with 10 snakes, you know, up to, it only takes 2, but if you got a basis of 10 snakes, you know, this is something I'm designing this for a guy that can keep them in low numbers and, you know, be serviceable and friendly for the animals. So am I building these personally? Yes. This is all being built in my, used to be my mower shed garage over here on the side of our house in the basement. So, as you know, this is just one room in our basement. The other side is finished and family living room and stuff. And then the reptile room is over here. It may look kind of small, but even within here is still the water heater, the water softener, the furnace are all on that side of the room. And it's about 20 foot by 11. Got any questions about the racks? Feel free to fire away. I'm just going to stay live on here for about 15-20 more minutes and hopefully answer some questions if you have any. Might as well bring an animal out. What do you think? It's my little clown. She's camera shy. She's hiding her face. But see, she is I think 400. Yep, 455. Last time I weighed her. That just gives you a size of the 16 quart. There's still plenty of room for a 455 gram female in this end of the 16 quart tub. So that can go from the smallest hatchling that cannot squeeze out of there up to this girl who's about a year old, maybe a little less. So and the heat tape, like in the 28, we're using 11 or 12 inch, whichever THG Reptile Basics ships me. Sometimes they get 11, sometimes they get 12. That's usually 12, I think. And we'll be using 4-inch or 6-inch on the smaller one. But the 41 and the 28 will both use the 11 or 12-inch. Just on the rear area. And somebody asked a question about humidity earlier. What we've tested, I mean, even for beardies and the ball pythons, they're holding real good humidity because this is denser than most of your wooden setups, and so it's able to, it's moisture resistant, so it doesn't absorb that moisture, if that makes sense to you. The moisture stays in your substrate or your paper. I personally use substrate, Repti-Chip. So, and another reason in this design I built in is so if you have heating or airflow, you have the option here to drill a couple more air holes to keep good airflow going. There's a good gap there, but I always drill 6 holes in the front of them to start with, and then like on the 16 cord, it's already got some in the side of it for demonstration purposes. So how would you handle the build if someone ordered 100 of each? I would be cutting PVC like crazy. Generally takes me about, once I get the order, I tell everybody give me about 48 hours and I'll have it built. So this is not my full-time job. I work on backup power systems as my day job. And like tomorrow, I'll be in Cleveland all day and I'll come home. Obviously, I go up and back. I know it's a long drive, but I'll be in Cleveland for about an hour, and then I gotta go through Canton for about another hour and a half, and then I'll be back home. So obviously a day like that gets out of the works, but majority of the time I can build a rack within 48 hours. So, and I have a FedEx shipping account where I normally ship stuff out through FedEx, and if someone ordered a large number, then it would probably be better to ship them through Yellow Freight or a trucking company, putting them on a pallet and strapping them down, which I do that for 100-pound batteries each. So I'll have about 30 batteries that weigh 80 pounds, and I'm used to strapping them down. So I'm pretty confident I could strap some of these to a pallet and get them shipped. I mean, as it is right now, I have enough stock out here from this design here. I can build 4 more racks tomorrow. So, just to give you an idea. That's where I generally try to keep it at. I came home from the show last time, and the guy needed one this size. And all I had left, because they had a real good show, the only thing I had left was one of my 6-quart Hatchland quarantine racks, and I let him take it home. He was a local guy. Just let him take it home, and I went home and built him a 16 and met him the next day for lunch and swapped out. So what gave me this idea? What gave me this idea was I've been building my own racks for a couple of years, and I've been tweaking them into something I thought was functional and user-friendly, but also, more importantly, important for the health of the animal. And I just think that adding this little bit of airflow in this enclosures like this has got to free up stagnant air, because you can pull out your boxed in setups and you can feel the heat and the humidity that's in there that just stays in there, and the sides are all blocked off, and that's why I like doing this to increase airflow. But what gave me was the ideal was I've only been doing shows, the reptile shows, about 4 months now, and everybody come up and they were looking at my 4 shelf racks and everything, and they liked them. But I kept getting input from them, you know, or what are you looking for? Well, we only have 1 snake. We only have 3 snakes. You know, most people are not like, most of us, we start with 2 and jump right to 16. So I wanted to build something that would grow with the animal. So if you had a 200 gram young hatchling ball python, you could start with the 16. And I thought how neat it would be if you had something like this that you could convert into a larger system. So I'm going to take this off just to show this better. To take the 16 and turn it into a fully functional sub-adult 28 quart rack. And this one you can see the back of. It's got the heat tape in there. So, and about the design too, if you needed a larger hide area, like on the 41, there is over 18 inches of hide area here, with a small gap in here for that strut for going up. But another thing that I can do with these is I can build these, say somebody wants a 4 shelf. I can build a 4 shelf of one of these that just has a taller sides. And, you know, that would be that. But if you do them individually, then that way you can expand it into a 41. Now the taller one, I can make it so we could expand it from there, but it would be a difference in your sides, because there's obviously another piece here on the 41. Yes, this is all self-taught. I turn frequently to some other fellow YouTubers, you know. My first snake I got here was from a wholesaler guy, and I've just been learning for a couple years, and have some local breeders out of Indianapolis, and ask them questions for my first year of in this hobby, and seeing what the animals needed and making sure I was giving it to them proper care at home. And that's about where I'm at now, and now I rely a lot on some of the veterans of YouTube for their opinions and answers on stuff. So thanks there, Zero Cool Ninja. How is your first ball python doing? Is it doing good still? What gives out faster, heat tape or a heater mat? If properly monitored, heat mats generally work pretty good. I've used this THG heat tape for well over 2 years, and I haven't lost any. But I run mine with the thermostat, and as you know, a thermostat will show 95, but the actual heat tape itself, time it heats up the tubs here behind me, may be a little higher. So in this type of environment, it's actually been within, say your heat tape reads 96, because the heat tape sits right under the tub, which this one's got a cord on the back side is out. Somebody was asking me earlier if my heat tape is recessed. What I do, let me come over here and show you a little better. Because if you notice on these tubs here, there is a ridge right here. The heat tape will not be in contact such as this on the tub. It will be raised up 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch from there because of these lips. It may get on the edge there a little bit, but the heat tape, this is a small piece. The larger piece will actually be in the middle, in between these ridges on the surface here, and the tub would set over the top of it, so that way it's not resting directly on the heat tape, but the heat will rise up good. And rest assured, if you don't use a thermostat, then yes, you can run into problems. And a $20 thermostat that you can get at most places, even just a mechanical one, will work great. That's all I'm using on my Gecko racks is a dimmer switch that I just dial up and shoot with the temp gun. I put the heat tape in, and yeah, paper towels is definitely the way to go with smaller ball pythons. All 8 of my babies are on paper towels. Yeah, that's the problem I have with paper, would be the humidity. You know, personally I use the paper towels, and you pretty much got to mist them every day. But in the ReptiChip, you just check the humidity in there and see how you're doing. Sorry, my chat left. But yeah, as far as mentors, you know, there's a lot of good guys out here on YouTube, and I tell everybody, don't be afraid to message them. You know who they are. Going Youper, Always Evolving, even IDR. They'll be more than glad to answer your questions. Myself, if you have any questions, if I don't know an answer, I'll turn to somebody, with 20 years experience, like Going Youper, and Jason will help out anybody. Yep. Jay's still on here, Boxing Boa. If you have any boa questions or tarantula questions, that's the man you need to talk to. He's got a lot of experience and some great looking animals. So make sure you go check him out too. I'm sure he will be glad to answer any boa questions. Speaking of boas, somebody, we need to change his tub again. This is Little Doc. You can tell these guys, they just hang out. Find my misting bottle, Doc. Where'd the misting bottle go? Oh, behind the laptop. That's generally how I keep all my young snakes and geckos, is on paper towels. Just so they don't accidentally ingest anything they don't need to. And I wipe it out with disinfecting wipes, followed by a quick little rinse of water, and put my fresh towel in, and wash my hands. But why could you love a red-tailed boa? Look at them. They just hang out. They're so chill. So, whenever they go to the bathroom, I always make sure they don't wear any either. If they do, then I'll put them on the baby wipes. Say hello, Doc. The 16-quart rack starts at $60. And I know, I always want to keep this guy out. It's like Khaleesi. When Khaleesi was this size, believe it or not, she was smaller than this. She would lay on my belly on my shirt and sleep for an hour. So, if you want to get your snakes to bond with you and hang out, just put them on your belly for an hour. They'll fall asleep. Okay, he's getting more used, wanting to come up and hang out. See if we can get a little better. There we go. You want to show him your mustache? I love showing off his mustache. Yeah, that light's bleaching it out. Where you going, bud? Don't worry, it's just water. Just cleaning this water bowl out. There you go. That's Snake Care 101. Clean, wipe, rinse, repeat. So, if any of you were late joining us or what, basically what the difference in my racks is, these are PVC material, 3/4 inch sides, even the small pieces are 3/4, and sturdy. Heat tape comes standard included, and tubs come with them also. But what the difference here is, you start with this rack here. Say you only have one snake. It's a 16-quart setup. You'll notice this piece is vertical, where on this sides are horizontal. This is the exact same piece as the 28 and the 41. So what will happen, if you buy this, base price is $60 for the top piece, the 16-quart. When you're ready, your animal's growing, it's outgrown. The 16-quart, which is somewhere around 600 grams, I've been telling everybody, you should start going ahead and planning when it reaches that point. Probably about 500 is a good start. But anyway, you buy the expansion pack from us, which is going to be approximately half the price of buying another rack such as this. So this is going for, they basically go 60, 80, and 100 to 110 on this one, just because of the tub. But going back to this, this piece here becomes pre-drilled. It'll have a little silicone covering up the hose, and when you're ready to expand to a 28, this piece here, you unscrew it, screw it in the new hose, and it mounts on the side. You will get one new shelf, about the length of the 28. And the top pieces will convert into a 28. And then when you're ready, you don't throw this other piece away. You will take this piece and put it up for safekeeping somewhere. And when you're ready, years down the road, when your animal is ready to go to a 41, you can buy the expansion for the 41, and you reuse this piece here. Will attach to, just like this, there'll be pins that come with the expansion pack that will go into here. And this will all line up. This piece is not cut to fit. Will turn into the bottom shelf for your 41, and your 41 expansion will come with the top. And it utilizes the same sides, and the 41 will come with the extra piece there. So you can see how it rotates and grows as your animal expands. Or a lot of people are using these for breeding females, I'll have 2 females in a 41 quart. The males will be in a 28. I'll have a couple of the hatchling type side-by-sides for the top. But all these line up and will hold in place by you let me know how many you need. Say you need 2 41s, 2 28s. I will cut the length. This is made out of PVC also. It'll be pre-drilled. And you'll run your screws in and it'll all be anchored together. So that's pretty much it. And it comes with the tubs and the heat tape. That's about all I have for this evening. I just wanted to do a little live chat about it and answer some questions that people may have. But feel free to message me. Email is bperry5455@gmail. And you can also text me at the phone number over my shoulder. And I'm going to get the kid chased to bed because it's ice step testing here. So. See you later, boxing boa. Things are cool. Yep. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tell us how we're doing. So if you'd like us to change anything, just let us know. So anyway, you guys have a good night. We will see you soon.